What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Videohomicide, back with day 21 of the 31 Days of Horror 2022 edition, the second round, the second helping. This, this tradition, this annual tradition of watching and talking about 31 horror films is, like I said, man, it's something I want to do forever. So, buckle your fucking seatbelts because this movie is hardcore. It is 2010's The Tortured, directed by Robert Lieberman. It stars Bill Moseley and Jesse Metcalfe and a couple other people, but if you've never seen this film, do not watch this fucking video, okay? Because I'm going to spoil it, and there's major plot points that you should not be privy to, okay? So basically, this film's all about this family, all right? This guy, this girl, and their son. And the son is abducted, and you know, he's abducted by Bill Moseley. And Moseley, like I've heard countless times, he's like a really nice guy, looks like a nice guy, looks like he's decent folk, but he can play like scumbag so easily. Like all he has to do is kind of snarl, and he like looks like a fucking predator. You know what I mean? No offense, but of course he played Otis, one of the most despicable, awesome characters of my generation of horror film. You know what I mean? Like movies that were coming out when I was a kid: House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and then a couple years ago we got Three from Hell, which is fantastic. Uh, this movie basically follows the aftermath. Like it shows him get kidnapped, the kid get kidnapped, which is like fucking horrifying, and is like one of the most scary thoughts that you could possibly go through. Like whether you're a parent or not, like that is some horrifying stuff. And the dad, Jesse Metcalfe, like, he tries to chase down the guy, but he forgot his cell phone. And like there's this whole like thing where like he blames his wife, the wife blames him, and they sort of draw, or they have like a distance between them. But the son is found murdered. Bill Moseley sent to prison for life, and they basically plan out a way to capture Bill Moseley and torture him. So they do just that. I think it's funny that they, at one point, like before the kid gets kidnapped, like the dad's like, I'm just gonna go in and get some sunscreen, and he goes in. There's like, uh, what do you call it, like a cabinet or a cupboard or like a drawer, and it's like full of shit. You never be able to find anything in there, and like kind of uses that against the wife. The wife uses like, you should have been looking for him. You should have been looking out, that kind of bullshit. But the wife, the husband, they separate, and then they get back together to go and kill Bill Moseley. And how they do that is Bill Moseley's being transferred. This is like publicly known. He's going to be transferred, and the husband and the wife, they sabotage the police officers' food, give them like diarrhea, whatever the fuck it was, and they manage to steal the convoy truck that's transporting Bill Moseley, the killer of their son. And what they do is they get a hold of him, they fucking torture the shit out of him. All kinds of really gruesome stuff happens. Uh, it's good. It's pretty goddamn graphic and good. And I think like the best part about this film is definitely like it makes you like get to live like what you would do if this was happening to you. Like if you were in their situation, like your kid gets murdered, that's the worst thing you could possibly think of. And then you get the killer, in the basement of a house, and you do whatever the fuck you want to him, and that is like a wet dream to the victim's family, because like I even thought about that. Like I was putting myself in their shoes when I was watching this movie. I'm like, man, what would I do? Like I don't even know. I don't even know. It'd be fucking bad though. It's like you always think that stuff, like, oh, if I could have 5 minutes alone in the ring with that guy or whatever. It's like that Spider-Man movie where like the guy goes, I got you for 3 minutes. Or is it 5 minutes? I think it's 3 minutes. I got you for 3 minutes. I actually fucking like that movie. And for the record, I'm watching Anaconda for like honestly the fourth time this week because I don't know. I have my computer over here. Clearly, I'm making videos in a different way. So I'm living off of VHS tapes right now on the big screen at least, and just doing my bullshit on the computer. But I think the best part of the film in question, The Tortured, is the end reveal when it's revealed that they were two people on that prison convoy. Okay, one guy, Bill Moseley, killer of the son, and the other guy is like a guy that's like in there for tax evasion, and they end up torturing the wrong guy, who ends up killing himself at the end of the film. So it's like very therapeutic, and then at the end it's very like traumatic, just fucking like violently like Because like the only thing worse than like obviously the child being murdered is very worse is like very bad, but like torturing someone that's innocent, you know what I mean? Like that could eat at you, like that could make you kill yourself, you know what I mean? Fuck, what a crazy movie. I love it. I think 2010 is around the time my dad had all these good movie channels. I've talked about them in the past. That's how I saw movies like Dog Pound, which is a Canadian film. This is also a Canadian film. But Dog Pound, this Subway Stories, which was like this weird anthology movie that was an HBO thing, and KRS-One is in it at one point. But like my favorite part of that Subway Stories thing, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, is that woman who's on her way to visit her sick mother and ends up singing to her on the phone, and there's like a guy across the, on the other platform, and he's like playing a saxophone. Like it's a very fucking good, well executed film. I'm actually due to rewatch that. I'll see if I can find that somewhere online because that is just really a good time. And I think it wasn't that long, but that again, those channels is how I discovered this stuff. So like, like I haven't had cable in so long, probably since back then. My dad still has cable, but he got rid of the movie package because he's a fucking sadist and he wants to watch nothing but commercials constantly. Just joking, of course, Ullman, if you're watching this. But you know, it's cool to have those movie channels because you're gonna discover stuff that is not in the public's fucking eye. Like this movie, like I've literally never heard anybody talk about it except for one time I described it and someone that was watching my shit was like, "Oh, dude, I know what you're talking about," and was like, "That's The Tortured from 2010 with Bill Moseley." So I was like, "Yes, fuck yeah!" And then I've been sitting on that piece of information for a while, and finally pulled the trigger, rewatched it, loved it. Um, definitely check it out. It looks like it was from the producers of Saw. So who the fuck produced this thing? Mark Berg, Oren. Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm not that big onto Saw. Like the only thing I know about Saw is James Wan and Lee Winnell, and that's it. And fucking uh, Danny Glover, fucking Riggs or Murtaugh rather. Sorry. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for watching this installment of the 31 Days of Horror. And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a live stream tomorrow night, or tonight rather. So Friday, October 20th, or excuse me, October 21st, there should be a live stream just after, you know, between 11:45 and 12:30. I'll probably go live. So stay tuned for that. And I appreciate everybody that comes through because there's a big announcement coming tomorrow, tomorrow night in the live stream. That all depends if I can make it to a particular store before I go to work, because I'm notorious for being like, oh, I want to go to this, I want to go over here and grab this real quick, and then I'm staying up ridiculously late, and then waking up at fucking like 1 o'clock or like 12:45, 1 o'clock to be to work for 3, and then that makes it so I don't get to go anywhere, and then when I get off work, everything's closed. So the weekend is my time to shine. But anyways, again, thanks for watching. Leave a 666 in the comments, and adios.